Well, I'm out today on the red bike. And the sun is out. It's not particularly warm, but you know what? I'll take sunshine any day. So, some of you might have noticed this week that there was a video about a camera. And I don't know, some of you might be thinking you're hallucinating. Some of you might think, well, Steve's gone mad. What's he doing? So I thought I should explain. You see, I'm not that bad with technology, but I'm not that good at it either. So I decided that I have a collection of film cameras and some old digital cameras too. And I like using them. There's something about the process of analog photography that's quite appealing. And that's not to say that I'm stuck in the past, because I do have a Canon EOS R5 45 megapixel digital camera. You know, it's not that I don't accept technology and progress, but nevertheless there is still something quite nice about analog photography. I feel the same way about bikes, really. There is something really nice about the fact that a bike is all mechanical. There's no batteries. And that's just kind of nice, really, you know. I mean, but on the other hand, I'm not opposed to Di2 gears and, you know, all of those kind of things. It's just that, you know, sometimes it's nice to have all mechanical. But I think that's the point. I think that both can exist in harmony. Over the years, people have become quite polarised, you know. Are you in this camp or in that camp? And when you get into discussion forums and so on, and you say, well, can I have a foot in both camps? And they go, no. You're either with us or you're against us. And I think that's where things have gone badly wrong. But as I said, there is something nice about a fully mechanical bike. This bike seems to be creaking today. I don't know why. It wasn't doing it yesterday. I don't know what that's all about. But I apologise if it's a distraction. Perhaps it's the zone 2 alarm. It seems to happen when I put a bit of effort in. Whereas when I'm pedalling easily, it doesn't. You know, still goes. Anyway, back to the story. So as I said, I like film cameras, and I've got a lot of them. I kind of collect them, I suppose, because I can get them so cheaply. So I can get cameras that I really wanted in my younger days and couldn't afford, and now I can get them for, you know, 20 quid. Two most expensive cameras I bought both cost me 40, and that's kind of my upper limit, really. But like most things, I don't just collect stuff. You know, it's there to be used. If it's not being used, no point in having it. I like to buy cameras and then I try them out and see if I like them. And then the ones I like, I'll keep. And the ones I'm not that bothered about, I sell on. So I thought, well, maybe I'll start another YouTube channel talking about old 35mm cameras and old digital equipment that I've got cheap. So I decided I would start another YouTube channel and talk about the cameras and then decide whether I was going to keep them or not. And so I made a little test video, and as I said, I'm not that technologically advanced, so I looked up how to start a second YouTube channel, and I just followed all the steps and did what it said, and it said, right, here's a new YouTube channel, upload a profile picture. So I did that, and then it said, this channel has no videos. So no, upload a video. So anyway, I uploaded the test video, and I went to do something else for half an hour. As I walked out the room, I said to my wife, go and have a look at that. See if you can find the video on YouTube, watch it through and see how it looks. So when I came back after half an hour, my wife said, yeah, she said the video looks all right. But she said, it's come up as grumpy old man on a bike. Well, I went to all the trouble of creating a new channel, and YouTube seems to have just ignored that. So, anyway, she said to me, but it's had 20 views, 4 likes, and 1 comment. And that's in half an hour. So I thought, oh, well, perhaps cycling people are interested in photography as well. So I've left it there for the minute, and it's time to ask for your opinions, really. Should I just carry on putting photography videos up on this channel? Or would that put you off because you only want to see cycling videos? And would the people who only are interested in cycling just skip past the photography videos, or would it just put people off completely? I don't know. So as I said, I'm asking for comments on that one, because I'd really like to know. Because I've said before, you know, I started this channel purely and simply to sort of record my progress and hope to inspire other people. And some videos have had 15,000 views, and others have only had 200. But as I said, this was never about being a mainstream channel. It's just about inspiring the people who were interested. And so I feel like if I've inspired 200 people, it makes it worth doing, you know. This is actually quite a steep hill. It doesn't look it. But by the time you get to the top, you do feel worn out. But yeah, because I use film cameras sometimes, and I ride all mechanical bikes, people think that I'm a bit anti-technology. And I'm not. I actually embrace it. But I embrace technology when it improves things, not when it's there just for the sake of technology. You know, some technology, quite a lot in fact, is a solution looking for a problem. But there's a huge number of British people who don't like technology at all. If you get onto a Facebook group and somebody says, what's the best sat-nav to buy? I can guarantee you somebody will say, get a map. Did hear an elderly gentleman complaining and saying he would never buy another Volvo because they refuse to permanently disable the cruise control. I mean, if you don't like cruise control, don't use it. Simple as that. Look, I've got some event coming up here this weekend, so all the gates are open. That's nice. Saves me getting off the bike. 10 mile an hour speed limit. I'll do my best. Anyway, back to the story. Why would you want cruise control permanently disabled? Maybe he was afraid that he might use it by mistake and find that he liked it. Whatever's going on here is going to be big. I used to think that British people just really liked hardship. And it turns out it's not quite the case. What it is they generally want time to stop as they take up an activity. There's all sorts of people who want rim brakes. They don't like this disc brake new technology. It's really bad for cycling. And then you say, oh, okay. So should we go back to down tube shifters? And they say, no, they like index gears because they were around at the time they started cycling, so they're okay. It's the same with driving, you know. They're fully invested in the technology that was around at the time when they started driving. They don't want to go back to turn the crank handle or anything like that. But anything that came after that is treated with a great deal of suspicion. So I like technology. When it makes things easier, I embrace it. And I let it pass me by if it seems pointless. Anyway, I'm rambling now. The reason I want to do camera videos is because there's been a revival in film photography. In the same way there's been a revival in vinyl records. And I think that comes down to ownership. Many people have had their hard drive fail and lost all their photos. If you've got a box of negatives, you've got something. Anyway, if you found my ramblings of any interest, as usual, like and subscribe. And let me know what you think in the comments below.